Those are the two fighters, the Beast and the Savage. First of all, John Mugabi. He's coming off the big win over Gary Guyton. Mugabi out of Uganda, 16-0, 16 knockouts, and tonight goes up against Jeff Nelson.
Well, I kind of knock out the Guyton fight out because Guyton got a habit of getting knocked down pretty easily by everybody. So I'm looking forward to seeing him fight Jeff Nelson to see how he reacts when he gets hit.
And in our co-main event, we have a featherweight who has more than a feathery touch. Richard Savage is going tonight 17-0, 13 knockouts, and he has a pretty good test from Ruben Arasame this evening.
Well, Ruben Arasame is going to actually...
This is the USA Cable Network.
It is buzzing at the Hyatt Regency at Tampa, Florida. USA Network presents Friday Night Boxing, and we are ready to go with our first fight, our co-main event. And so let's quickly go into the ring, and here is ring announcer Mark Pietro.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the beautiful Hyatt Regency Ballroom located in downtown Tampa for another evening of all-star professional boxing. Under the promotion of Alessi Promotions, your matchmakers are Ken Rosenberg and Brad Jacobs. Tonight's bouts are under the sanction of the Tampa Boxing Commission, Chairman Colonel George Porter, Vice Chairman Jack Salowitz. All bouts are scored under a 10-point must system, 3 knockdown rule in effect. Ring officials assigned by the Tampa Boxing Commission. Your ringside positions are Dr. Moses A. Chartkoff, Dr. Dave Dillenbach, Dr. Rodolfo Eichberg, Dr. Jack Giugino, and Dr. Roberto Sarant. Your judges at ringside are Tom Brown, Pete Valiente, and John Manoni. Your timekeeper tonight is Billy Harold. Counting for the knockdowns at the bell, Red Van Linder. Alessi Promotions presents the first of 2 main events this evening, 10 rounds, junior middleweight. Your referee from Sanford, Florida, Victor Perez. Introducing first in the red corner to my left, wearing black trunks, white trim, weighing 156.5 pounds, from Miami, Florida, professional record, 13 wins, 2 defeats, Jeff Nelson. His opponent, wearing the white trunks, black trim, weighing 156.25 pounds, from Kampala, Uganda, and now London, England. His professional record, 16 wins, no defeats, 16 knockouts, currently ranked number 8 in the world by the Bible of Boxing Ring Magazine, John the Beast Mugabi. 10 rounds, junior middleweight.
Okay, both boys have been advised of the rules of the Tampa Bay Boxing Commission. I'll let you fight inside. Watch the headbutts, watch the low punches. I'll let you fight inside till one man is tied up. All right? Take care now. Come up, boxing the bell ring.
Tell of the tape is you see Mugabi and Nelson both weigh in at 156. Mugabi has just the inch height advantage, 3-inch reach. And we should see an explosive fight. Mugabi on the threshold of very big things. 16-0, 16 KO'd. He is a slugger with a brick-like right. And Jeff Nelson comes into this fight on very short notice, was contacted and agreed to the fight at 9 a.m. this morning.
Jeff Nelson has very quick hands, and Mugabi better not wind up with him because he's liable to wind up getting nailed himself.
And Nelson in the black trunks likes to stand in and bang away, which should create some good action in this one.
The only bad thing I don't like about Jeff Nelson, he's got a real 10-cent mouthpiece in his mouth, and he may get his mouth all busted up early on.
Paul De La Rosa was originally the opponent for John Mugabi, but he dropped out of the fight and left Mugabi without an opponent till 9 a.m. this morning when Nelson was contacted. And now coming up here with a 13-2 record, including a victory over the former junior middleweight champion, Elijah Obed. So he steps in and now looks for the big upset against Mugabi of the right.
You know, a kid like Jeff Nelson, a spot like this, just what he's looking for. Because if he can get lucky with him, he circumvents a lot of trouble. Don't have to take too many fights to make everybody know who Jeff Nelson is.
Well, Mugabi at this point is talking in terms of names of turns. Duran, Benitez, looking to move up in the junior middleweight division. He is now ranked 8th, according to Ring Magazine. His last 2 fights, extremely impressive. The 3rd-round knockout of Gary Guiden, and before that, took out Roosevelt Green in 120 the 1st round. Green, who had never hit the canvas before. Mugabi with that right.
He's hurt.
There is the right. That did him Guiden. Guiden who went down 4 times in 3 rounds. And there is a left. 1st round action as Mugabi has Nelson backing away and in trouble here in round number 1.
Jeff Nelson is out of it.
He took a stiff right, still standing. As Mugabi looking in, stalking. Victor Taco Perez, the referee.
Jeff Nelson, a very game young man staying in there.
Mugabi, a junior middleweight, but his trainer, George Francis, says he has the strength of a heavyweight. You can see the way he is built. 5'8" and 156. Solid.
Al, you see the courage of Jeff Nelson, the way he's staying in there and trying. It's such a big opportunity.
Mugabi is sent to the ropes. And we will be back with more Friday Night Boxing from Tampa after these words from our local cable system.
A double play. Anyone who pitches for a living loves a beautifully turned twin killing. Hi, this is Tom Seaver for the Sporting News, and we have a twin killing for you. 2 issues for the price of 1 to introduce you to the Sporting News, the Sports Bible. That's right, you'll get 26 issues of the Sporting News for just $9.99. 2 for the price of 1. And you can't buy the Sporting News for a lower price anywhere. It's the magazine that gives me the no-nonsense details of all Major League sports and college action. To love sports is to love the Sporting News, the Sports Bible. Why don't you subscribe today, and here's a friend to tell you how.
That's right, Tom. You get the Sporting News at the low rate of just 39 cents an issue. 26 issues for $9.99. That's half the regular subscription price. Call toll-free 1-800-USA-1000. In Georgia, 1-800-222-7272. That's 1-800-USA-1000. In Georgia, call 1-800-222-7272.
Scheduled 10-rounder junior middleweights. We head into the 2nd round. John Mugabi in the white trunks. Jeff Nelson in the black trunks.
Mugabi ran into a good right hand himself. He was off balance when he got hurt, when he got hit with that punch. Now, you can never take nothing for granted. Now, Porter Rowe working on Jeff Nelson in the corner, telling him, move, move. That's what he's got to do.
Well, he was moved there, down to the canvas.
He may have broken his ankle.
Well, he pops back up. A solid punch by John Mugabi. Mugabi, who's an excellent counter-puncher, and now moves in on Nelson. Doesn't look to counter right now. A big left, followed by a right.
I think something's wrong with Jeff Nelson's leg.
Nelson down for the 2nd time, and for the 2nd time, he pops back up. There is a lot of this round to go. 2 minutes still remaining in this 2nd round. As Mugabi tries to throw a forward pass. Tries to throw Nelson for the forward pass. Nelson was in trouble in the 1st round, and he responded by stunning Mugabi.
Remarkable him getting up. He wants to win this fight so bad, Jeff Nelson, and he's trying with everything he's got. But I don't think he has the firepower for Mugabi.
Mugabi, a silver medal winner in the 1980 Olympics in Moscow. went to the finals against a Cuban opponent, and he feels that's the reason he lost.
See that cheap mouthpiece out? His mouth is all busted up. That's what I was concerned about. Jeff Nelson.
The blood now coming from the mouth of Jeff Nelson, who has been down twice in this second round. Nelson 13-2. Recent victory over Elijah Obev, the former junior middleweight champion. He also defeated Kel Robbins.
Now, Jeff Nelson, before this fight, you must realize he's been a winning fighter. He beat some really good fighters. Goes in there with the best puncher around in Mugabi.
Nelson comes in 13-2. Mugabi quickly putting Nelson down at the start of the second round. He was down twice in a matter of a minute. 30 seconds to go in round number 2, and Nelson stumbles to the canvas for the third time.
4, 5, 6, 7.
If he gets up, he may survive. And that is it. Mugabi makes sure Nelson does not go down again. So John Mugabi has come up with a second round knockout over Jeff Nelson. He extends his undefeated record to 17-0, and it is the 17th victory by KO. Jeff Nelson, who came into this fight on very short notice, 9 a.m. this morning, he became the opponent of John Mugabi. And right now, a little past 9 p.m., he has become a victim of Mugabi.
Great display of courage on Jeff Nelson's part. He really wanted it badly. But Mugabi has too much firepower for the young man.
So the Beast remains undefeated. And we'll take a look again at some action as this one does not go 2 rounds. Mugabi lands that left hook and backs up Nelson.
Oh, I thought he broke his leg there. I really feel good about it now. He's walking around.
That was the first knockdown. And this is the one that concluded this fight. Nelson had been down 2 times, and he is rocked. One for good measure by Mugabi, not that it was necessary. So Mugabi, who is from Uganda, living in London now under the guidance of manager Mickey Duff and trainer George Francis, now here in Tampa. He's staying with a Ugandan family. Feels very much at home here in Tampa. And he is the victor. Let's go to the ring and Mark Theodore.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 2 minutes, 47 seconds of the second round. The 3 knockdown rule in effect. The winner by technical knockout and still undefeated, John Mugabi. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the courageous Jeff Nelson.
The hand for Jeff Nelson as he loses his 3rd of 16 fights. Mugabi wins 1 more. We'll be back with more Friday Night Boxing right after these words from our local cable system.
If you think Diamond...
Mugabi.
A little quick promotion for feisty, scary John Mugabi. 18-0.
Friday Night Boxing was brought to you in part by Mobil One, the oil that saves you gas and more. By Toyota, who reminds you that it's a good feeling to buckle up for safety. And by Levi's Menswear, the makers of Levi's Action Slacks. The executive producer of USA Sports is Jim Drake. Friday Night Boxing was produced by Elliot Warner. Directed by James Alexander. The associate producer, Kevin Landy. Associate director, Manny Cruz. Executive in charge of production is Dick Ross, and our production coordinator, Barbara Travers.
middleweight John Mugabi looks to blast his way past the cagey Don Morgan. USA's Friday Night Boxing. It's a hit. Live at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Next.
Saturday, Night Flight takes off with Men at Work. Then the old Deep Purple has become the new lifespan at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on USA tomorrow. This is the USA Cable Network.
He is a 156-pound junior middleweight known as the Beast. Undefeated Ugandan John Mugabi has run his record to 17-0, all via the knockout. In his last bout in Tampa, seen on USA, he floored Jeff Nelson twice in the second round before the fight was finally stopped. An aggressive puncher with the body of a heavyweight, he is currently ranked number 7 and looking for more. He'll find it in our main event. USA's Friday Night Boxing is next. From the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Tampa, Florida, USA Network presents Friday Night Boxing. Friday Night Boxing is brought to you by Mobile Detergent Gasoline for your everyday driving needs. By Toyota, who reminds you that it's a good feeling to buckle up for safety. By Levi's, jeans, cords, and shirts for quality and style you can count on. And by Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Life. It doesn't get any better than this. Steel and glass have never been so comfortable. We've checked into the glittering Hyatt Regency Hotel in downtown Tampa on Florida's Gulf Coast. This stairway takes you to the Regency Ballroom, and all the boxes here are hopeful that this is a symbol that they are on their way up. And this is the Hyatt Regency Ballroom. As what has become a social tradition in Tampa, the Friday night fights once a month continues. John the Beast Mugabi, a world-ranked junior middleweight, has had a big problem this week, his weight. Yesterday, he was 7 pounds over. He lost it today, but it has meant no room service for the great Ugandan. I'm Al Troutwig, along with the editor of Boxing Illustrated, Randy Gordon. And Randy, I wonder whether he's taken this fight too lightly.
Al, it's no secret among the boxing community that to get John Mugabi into a gym is like getting a cat to jump into a pool. He just doesn't want to go near the gym.
Now, the fight we're talking about is our main event tonight, John Mugabi against Don Morgan. Before we talk about Morgan, let's talk about Mugabi and his great skills.
Well, he has incredible hand speed, and not just incredible hand speed, incredible power. With either hand, he can take a guy out one single shot. And he's had 17 fights, won them all by knockout.
He has great punching power and can be a very exciting boxer to watch. Now, this is part of the plan to get Mugabi a title shot in January. They hope to have one more bout in November, but first, they want to do this one. And one of the things, or 3 of the things, that Morgan give Mugabi is height in an opponent, distance in an opponent, and good punching power.
Well, when you're talking about Tommy Hearns, Mugabi has his sights on Tommy Hearns, so they got this tall kind of opponent in Don Morgan. But he's been a professional now 10 years. He's been in with some of the best in the business, some real hard punchers himself. Welterweight Bobby Joe Young and the very hard-hitting Earl Hargrove, a junior middleweight who's 23-0 with all knockouts. Don Morgan told us he came here tonight for more than a payday.
And if he had done any less than that, we would be greatly disappointed. That will be our main event coming up later. And our first...